Hey everybody, welcome to Back to the Franchise.
You've got to come back with me.
Where?
Back to the
Franchise.
We are the movie podcast where we recap franchises and movies before the new movie comes out. And today we are finishing off Spider-Man with Brand New Day, a brand new movie.
And a brand new franchise coming up.
Yes, a brand new franchise coming up. But before we get to that, let's introduce ourselves. I'm a friendly neighbor from across the hall. It's me, Timothy Glenn. Spiders have 3 life cycles, and so does my co-host, is Tanner Wilcox.
Hello.
When I was in the movie theater watching this, I wasn't looking for quotes. And then when I went back to the IMDb page, it was like just trailer quotes because, new movie.
Yeah,
So I was a little sparse I should have been looking out for quotes, but that's okay.
that's fine. I mean, as long as I don't get the molting spider phase.
Oh, yeah, you get the molting spider face.
Great.
Anyway, guys, we have episodes every Tuesday, wherever you get your podcasts. Today, we are talking, about Spider-Man Brand New Day release date. Today, as of this recording, 7/31/26. Although we saw it on 7/30, technically, because movies come out on Thursdays now.
Yeah, apparently there's 17 showings on Thursday instead of just the one that there used to be.
Oh, I remember back in the day, Avengers came out, or Dark Knight Rises or whatever that year, and they'd be like, it's screening at midnight. You can come at midnight and we'll have a few different theaters open. And it was like a party, everyone went, and now it's just now it's 8 o'clock, now it's 6 o'clock, now it's 4 p.m., now it's 2 p.m., now it's all day.
Yeah, there was a 2:30 p.m. showing was the first one at my theater, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. When are movies gonna start saying, no, we don't release on Fridays, we release on Thursdays now?
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
Anyway, yes, this movie is directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, written again by Chris McKenna and Eric Summers. And guys, this is your non-spoiler alert because we just saw it. Perhaps you've seen it, perhaps you've not. But for now, we're going to keep this spoiler-free. And when I say spoiler-free, anything that was revealed about the movie going into it in marketing announcements is fair game. But anything revealed in the movie itself, we will keep mum about until our spoiler review later on. So Tanner, best behavior about who Sadie SInk is playing.
Sadie SInk's not even in this movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no! I mean, she was confirmed. I mean, we don't have to deny that she's in the movie.
Don't deny it.
What do you mean, don't deny it? I'm not denying anything.
Another denial.
Tanner. So usually we talk about our history of this movie, but what was your excitement level going into this?
Tim, I'm always excited for a Spider-Man movie, but I will say I did not know if this one would be as hyped up or as good as No Way Home, just because, we're not getting, or at least there was no rumor of returning Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of was like, uh-oh, well, that movie just hyped everybody up and was so much fan service that this one just can't possibly be as good, or people just aren't going to be as excited about it. So I don't know if it's going to do as well at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm on track to be wrong in that opinion.
I am as well, because I think you're right. Spider-Man was the end game of Spider-Man movies. No Way Home was the end game of Spider-Man movies. And with the end game effects, we've had a lot of trouble getting taking everything seriously anymore. Because how do you follow Endgame? So how are you follow No Way Home either? And if I'm being honest, the trailers did not. I mean, I knew I was gonna have a fun time as Spider-Man, whatever. I was not convinced this would be better than any of the Hollands. I was convinced this would be kind of like a ho-hum, kind of okay, we're still going. And I was wrong. And I'm so happy that I am.
Yeah, and back to the trailers. I mean, I think they purposely didn't give us a lot of plot devices in it, but I kind of was nervous that it was just going to be almost like a soft reboot of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but in a sad and melancholy way. Because post Endgame, I think most of the people that we've been seeing movies from have been a little more depressing. They're not bad movie. Thunderbolts is a sad grief movie. I think it was a good movie, but stuff like that. You're going to get kind of these grieving left behind effects. Plus the way that No Way Home ended, Peter is alone, and the people that he loves the most don't remember him, and he lost Aunt May, and so there's a lot of reasons for him to be sad. So I kind of thought this was just going to be sad boy Peter bumming around New York. And I was like, I don't really know what they're going to do with a plot here besides him just being depressed.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. In that, even in that post Endgame, a lot of these heroes have been a little bit sad.
Uh-huh.
Like even like Quantum Mania, like you took Ant-Man and made him be the straight man in his own movie. You know,
Yes.
because everything else was crazy around him. Or you have the opposite. You have Thor: Love and Thunder, which was like almost too silly and at some points, but also sad in a lot of other points. So yeah, it's been a weird mixed bag tonally for the MCU the last
Yeah.
5 years. And guys, I should mention we will be discussing spoilers for everything leading up to Brand New Day. So if you are not caught up, that we will be talking about anything MCU spoilerish before this movie. So just so you're aware. Although I don't know how much we're gonna go into it necessarily, but just in case.
That's kind of all I have for previous stuff.
All you have for previous stuff?
Kinda.
Okay. Yeah, me too. All right, so let's just jump right into pre-production. And again, this is a new movie, so we don't have all of the information yet. Although, goddamn, I read the Wikipedia page last night after the movie. There was a lot of information I didn't need. I'm gonna use this, none of this. This is all. It's just crazy how much like fans are crazy about Spider-Man that they'll write literally anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so much is superfluous. So I didn't really take that much, but it did take me a while because I read it all. Anyway, so going back to 2024, this was, we kind of mentioned that we were surprised that it took Sony this long to push out of the Spider-Man movie into production after 2021's No Way Home, this being, almost 5 years later. However, we should mention that the writer's strike of 2023 delayed the production of this movie a little bit. So it probably would have started production in 2023, but then that had to wait because of the writers getting more benefits and stuff.
Which I'm like, you know what? Good for the workers, bad for us.
Bad for us. Oh, you mean having to wait?
Yes, because I would like 6 more of these movies, and I just don't think that we're going to get that.
I don't want to get too far into like box office projections just yet, but this is tracking very well.
No, I know. I don't think it's not in the case that it's like not going to do well, but these characters are going to age out of this eventually.
Yeah, but again, I don't care if we have a 40-year-old Spider-Man. So
sure.
Yeah, but the writer's strike also did a lot of good things. Like it was also about like, hey, AI is coming. We have to like make sure we're protected. So
yeah.
So thankfully we got some safeguards in that regard too. But anyway, so after 2024, so after the strike is over, Chris McKenna and Eric Summers return to write. They haven't written on all of the MCU Spider-Man movies. John Watts, however, does not come back to direct. So this is his first time not being behind the camera with the Tom Holland Spider-Man solo movie. And he'd actually previously backed out. Before he was ever attached to this, he was never actually attached to this. But before he was going to be attached to this, he was actually attached to Fantastic Four: First Steps. They were going to pluck him from this and take him to that.
But he didn't actually do Fantastic Four, or did he?
No, he did not. He actually did back out of that one officially. And Matt Shackman directed that. I think he was the producer of WandaVision. How did you feel about that movie, by the way?
Fantastic Four? It was okay.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite Marvel movie. I don't think it was bad in any regard. I think kind of the weird like 60s futuristic vibe that it had in their like parallel universe I liked because it kind of reminded me of like The Incredibles, just this like postmodern futuristic Jetsons-y kind of world.
Yeah.
So that was fine. It wasn't the most like fun story for me though.
Yeah. Do you think it would have benefited from having the Spider-Man treatment with John Watts as a director?
Yeah, but I also can't say no spoilers. I think that this new director worked better than John Watts did because I like this one more than the other Hollands, I think.
Well, good segue because my next point on here is, yes, after John Watts leaves, Destin Daniel Cretton joins on to direct, he having previously directed for the MCU Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings.
Oh, see? Which is another one that I love.
Me too. And the action in that movie was stellar.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, he's working on a bigger scale here because he's not just working with... a lot of the fights in Shang-Chi were, martial arts kind of inspired fights. This one, obviously, you're dealing with Spider-Man, so it's not quite the 1-to-1 ratio. But yeah, I thought he did a great job here too. He had actually signed a contract in 2021 after Shang-Chi had come out. And Shang-Chi, I don't know if you remember, came out after COVID movies started coming out again.
2020, Late
2020.
2020 or 2021?
It was Labor Day 2021. It made a pretty good sum for itself. It made $432 million back then. So Marvel was like, okay, well, this probably would have done even better if it wasn't COVID. So they were optimistic on it. And they actually signed him, the director, after that to do a sequel to that movie, which we have still not gotten yet. And I don't think we will now.
Yeah. I was talking about that last night because there was a Doomsday trailer, and I'm like, it's weird that you see like Shang-Chi in this trailer. We've gotten no appearances from him since his movie. There was a lot of discussion around the Doomsday tie-in, I think. So we'll see. I'm interested to see how that all plays out, and especially using these kind of like new Avengers characters. Segue question. What were the like quote unquote like COVID Marvel movies? It was Black Widow, Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Was it 2 of the Spider-Mans or no? Far From Home was before COVID.
Yes. So Far From Home was the last movie released before COVID. Black Widow was supposed to be the next one in May of 2020. That got pushed back, obviously. And then 2021, the second half of 2021 had 4 movies. It was Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and No Way Home.
Okay.
And depending on how long you count COVID timeline-wise, you had Doctor Strange that next May, Thor that next July, and then November 2022 was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. But I mean, I feel like COVID officially ended with No Way Home as far as the movies are concerned.
Well, yeah, and that was probably the best performing out of those.
By far. Yeah, Spider-Man is pandemic proof. He's critic proof. He's Marvel superhero fatigue proof. He is everything right now.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have gotten a Shang-Chi sequel, and I hope we do. Maybe Doomsday comes out and Shang-Chi is like the standout, and everyone's like, oh, where's our sequel? And they do it. But it wasn't really a priority for Marvel eventually, especially after John Watts left Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. They were like, well, we need Spider-Man to get up and running because that's a for sure billion, maybe even $2 billion movie. And Shang-Chi's just not, unfortunately. Also, when Cretton signed on to direct a Shang-Chi sequel in 2021, he also signed on that same time to do Wonder Man, the TV show that came out in January this year. Did you watch that?
I have not.
Oh, it's actually really good.
Was it?
Yeah, it's not really, and I try to pitch this to people who do have superhero fatigue because it's not really a superhero show. It's set in the MCU, yes, and he does have powers, but it's more about him trying to be an actor in Hollywood and play this character named Wonder Man. And Ben Kingsley's in it as his character from Iron Man 3, Trevor Slattery. He's one of the mains.
Oh.
But he's great in it. It's a really funny show. It's honestly more of a comedy drama than a superhero action show. It was great, so I recommend it.
Okay. Ben Kingsley showed up, so obviously Iron Man 3, and then he wasn't in anything again until Shang-Chi, right?
Yeah, that's probably why he comes back for Wonder Man, is because the director of Shang-Chi develops Wonder Man. So good relationship,
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah.
They gave me things. They gave me this palace. They gave me plastic surgery. They gave me things.
Did you just nod off?
Unfortunately, though, sad news out today. Despite its renewal earlier this year, Wonder Man has been canceled. I'm upset about that. It's like, oh, congratulations, Destin, on Spider-Man being such a big hit. By the way, you're not doing Wonder Man
By the way,
anymore.
your other show, we've axed. But do you want to do another Spider-Man?
But, it's honestly their own fault, for Marvel's fault, for overstuffing us with Disney Plus shows that weren't that good.
Yeah.
So like if Wonder Man had come out like after WandaVision or whatever, people would have still watched it, but now no one saw it as required viewing. And it's not required viewing at all, but like it's still like one of the better viewings you could watch. So it is sad that they are getting rid of such a good show. But before Destin Daniel Cretton signs on to direct Brand New Day, he does sign on to direct what was then known in 2022 as Avengers: The Kang Dynasty.
Ooh, touchy subject.
Yes, Jonathan Majors' Kang from, as you'll remember, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and Loki Season 2. Not to speak too much on the Jonathan Majors assault trials that followed that movie. How did you feel about Kang as a character?
I'm not that familiar with like comic book Kang. I think any villain is going to be kind of hard to follow up the Thanos saga with, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it would have been fine. I realized that like Marvel was kind of putting all of its eggs into this like Kang Dynasty basket, which is maybe why we've kind of gotten such a mess in the last couple years, because they're now trying to scramble to like rewrite that story when it may have been easier to just like replace Jonathan Majors. I don't know.
I agree.
I mean, and part of me thinks that would have been the better route, to just keep your storyboard and replace him, because he hadn't been in enough mainstream. Like, I think the most screen time I saw him in was Loki season 2, maybe Quantumanium. I'm not sure. Either way, but I don't think there was enough of him like on screen that it would have been such a huge like disappointment to fans to just replace him. But yeah, that being said, I don't know that I would have preferred like the Kang Dynasty over whichever direction they're going to go now with Doomsday.
Yeah, that's a whole can of worms that I'm sure we'll talk about in December when we inevitably do Doomsday. But I have my reservations as well. Again, hindsight is 2020, so we'll see if they made the right call or not. I'm not sure if they did yet, but yeah, I mean, it definitely didn't help that Kang had a debut. I mean, he debuted in Loki season 1, kind of, which I actually really liked his scene in Loki season 1. I'm one of the defenders of that scene. But his big launch as a villain in Quantumania was definitely a very deflating balloon kind of situation. People really did not like that movie in general, even though he's a multiversal character and there's always different versions of him. So we're not really we wouldn't have been dealing with that version of Kang every time. It's just that I think that's solely the name Kang in a lot of people's mouths for a long time, especially after the Jonathan Majors controversies. So yeah, Marvel definitely were like, we got to back out of Kang entirely as of this point. And eventually that meant Destin Daniel Cretton stepping down as director of quote unquote Avengers 5 in 2023. But before he signed on to do this movie instead, so instead of doing Shang-Chi 2 and instead of doing Kang Dynasty, before he ends up doing Brand New Day, I do have a couple directors listed here as possible considerations, if you want to do a quick yeah or nay.
Okay.
Drew Goddard, whose last movie was Bad Times at the El Royale, but also was known for Cabin in the Woods.
Yay.
I
like both those movies a lot, actually. Cabin in the Woods is fun. I know that Bad Times at the El Royale got kind of like mediocre reviews and viewer response, and it was just kind of like, I heard like knockoff Tarantino quite a bit with that movie, but I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it was definitely Tarantino coded, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And we should mention Drew Goddard almost directed a sort of Spider-Man movie before with, he was signed on to direct Sinister Six of the Amazing Spider-Man universe before that got shelved. So again, not quite breaching.
But don't worry, Tim. At least we got to see an end credit shots of all those costumes.
Oh my goodness, yes. I'm sure they would have looked terrible.
How many men did you have in mind?
I want to keep it small. Everything you need is already at Oscorp.
Okay, the other director I have here is Justin Lin of the Fast and Furious franchise.
Ugh, nay.
Yeah. I mean, he's branched out. Like he did Star Trek Beyond.
But that was the worst of those.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it was definitely not the best. Yeah. But I'm confident that we got the right pick with Cretton.
Me too.
Okay, moving on to the writing stage. So I don't have a lot here. I'm sure we'll learn more as the movie gets talked about more. I do have here that Tom Holland himself was much bigger creative contributor to the writing stage of the movie than he was in any of his previous 3 movies. And he was actually the one who proposed originally this idea of Peter going through this like super powered spider metamorphosis in the movie that we end up seeing.
Oh, well, and you know what? That fits because I feel like I feel like Tom Holland's performance in this shows that he like cares about what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
I think he does a good job, and it's a pretty like heavily emotional movie for him. So that shows.
He cares more than Toby ever did. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at little Goblin Jr. Gonna cry.
And the only other note I have here on the writing stage of what could have happened in this movie is that Shang-Chi was considered to appear, the other character from Cretton's filmography. Would have made sense in terms of, director's favorites, but I don't know. The movie doesn't really need him.
No, I mean, like, after watching the movie, I don't think he's, like, needed, or I don't really know, like, where he would have fit. in if it's the same storyline. But I wouldn't have disliked it because I am kind of disappointed that we haven't seen him in so long.
I know. I'm sure if he was in this movie, you would probably just take out Punisher and replace him with Shang-Chi and just recalibrate from there.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's the Hulk stand-in. I don't know. But as it stands, there's not a whole lot of room for other ancillary Marvel characters in this movie because we do have Hulk and Punisher already.
Yeah.
So there were some other things that were reported to be possibilities in terms of story and characters appearing. I don't think they were ever true, though. I think these were just incorrect reports, so I'm not going to bring them up. They're interesting, but, I don't think there was ever in the realm of possibility.
Tim,
what?
Way to burn a minute and a half of me like, so there's this stuff that we could talk about, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay, fine. I can say it. It was reported that the symbiotes were going to be in it. Sacha Baron Cohen was going to be playing Mephisto again from Ironheart.
Oh, no.
Charlie Cox was going to be in it. This was all not true, though.
Oh.
And that J. Jonah Jameson was going to be in it. Not true. So, take that for what you will.
I'm kind of surprised that there isn't a, J. Jonah Jameson newscaster cutaway at all in this.
The cameo.
There's a lot of things happening in New York in this movie, so you think he'd be rage baiting everybody. And you know what? I don't think I would have also liked the Matt Murdock thing, because we got a little teaser of him, in No Way Home. And I'm glad that we got the Punisher in this one, but it would have been cool to see a Daredevil team up too.
The only one of these reporting things that I see here that is plausible to me is the Mephisto thing, because Brand New Day was kind of the comic storyline followed up the story of I think it was Aunt May who dies, and then Spider makes a deal with Mephisto, the devil, basically, to bring her back, but he has to give up his marriage to MJ.
Oh.
This is the weird thing, it's a sacrifice. It's like, I want your marriage. Not a very popular comic storyline, but Brand New Day, the comic storyline Brand New Day follows that.
Interesting.
People were thinking maybe Mephisto's going to be in this.
Yeah.
We got to get Mephisto at some point, right? It'd be weird if it was only an Ironheart.
Well, yeah, but are they even going to continue with the Ironheart story?
No, probably not, because everyone hates girl superheroes. Haven't you heard, Tanner?
I like quite a few of them. I wasn't a fan of Ironheart.
No, I'm being facetious. I actually liked Ironheart, but I don't know. Maybe they announced Ghost Rider, so maybe he's going back to Ghost Rider.
Well, I just mean it doesn't seem like they're really moving forward with any of this Young Avengers stuff.
No,
because we've yet to get Ironheart stuff. We have yet to get anything with Kate Bishop again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you were kind of teasing this younger group, and none of them have come back.
Well, maybe Tom Holland Spider-Man could be the oldest of the youngs and lead them, and then people will go see it.
Well, even then, Haley Steinfeld is not young by any means. She's in her 30s.
Nope, Young Avenger. She looks great.
Yeah.
Anybody who's an Avengers Junior, so Hawkeye Junior, Black Widow Junior, Iron Man Junior. Who else is there?
Who else were they going to use for that team? They were going to throw in the boy from Agatha, the Wiccan.
Yeah, or Black Panther Junior with Shuri.
Yeah.
But the response to all those characters have been pretty negative for the most part.
Well, yeah. The only ones I really like I really did like Kate Bishop.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And I love Yelena.
Of course, obviously.
And Shuri's fine for me, but the rest of them, yeah, they're just kind of meh.
Or Kamala Khan, Captain Marvel Jr.
Yeah, but I think that I liked her show actually.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was fine. I think Ms. Marvel's kind of a silly superhero anyway, but they did a good job at not just doing the extendable fists for her power. I'm glad that they kind of changed that in the show.
Didn't they do that though in the movie, The Marvels?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah, no one else did. I'm actually the opposite. I did not like her show, but I love the actor, so I would want to see her come back.
I'm putting together a team, and I want you on it. Please?
Okay, let's talk about the cast of this movie, the casting. Again, not a lot to cast in this movie because a lot of them are
returning,
yeah, from various Marvel things. So yes, Tom Holland, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Zendaya as MJ. And in fact, she had a really busy year last year in 2025 they actually had to reduce her role in this movie, MJ, because she had scheduling conflicts with Euphoria, the last season of that, Dune, The Odyssey. She was a busy girl last year.
Let's take a break for a second. So,
okay.
Online has been talking about, they're like, Zendaya is just the rock of female actors. I don't agree with that statement at all. And then other people are talking about like Zendaya fatigue, about how they're like, she's in 3 major movies that are all playing simultaneously, and she's
Right.
going to be in another 3. Like, I'm sick of seeing her and everything. And I don't get the hate.
No, I'm not there yet.
And she's yet to do a movie where like she pisses me off or where I think she's like bad in it. So I feel like I'm not fatigued. I am kind of fatigued by like The Rock.
Well, The Rock is not a Zendaya caliber actor.
Yeah.
So seeing him in everything, honestly, The Rock is so expensive. He kind of tanks all of his own movies.
Yes. And maybe that, like, I feel like I didn't have a bad taste for like Dwayne Johnson until his like big push for like Black Adam, you know, where he was like, this is going to be the greatest thing in the world and I have to have this made. And I'm like, this was what you wanted made? Because this movie's god awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a little segue. I just wanted to know how you felt about like Zendaya fatigue or if you think it's a real thing.
It's not a real thing. Not yet, anyway. But I do see, I mean, I am familiar with that concept of like, this person's in everything. Like last year it was Pedro Pascal was in everything. And I'm not there yet with him either. I do feel like he's cast a little bit too much. Like I would like to see them make different decisions. But in terms of like him, like I don't have an issue with him at all. And same with Zendaya. Like I don't have an issue with Zendaya at all either. So
yeah, and I like same thing. I like Pedro, but sometimes piggybacking off of your comment, like sometimes I think that he's cast so much and then he is like a little miscast. But I feel like I've yet to get a Zendaya role where I think she has been miscast. Maybe that's the difference.
Yeah.
Like I just haven't got one yet where I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel right for her.
No, not yet. She's crushed everything she's done.
Anyway.
Yeah, like even The Greatest Showman, I hated that movie, but she was good in it.
Yeah.
It's not up to you, it's not up to me. When everyone tells us what we can be.
Okay, moving on. So we also have in this movie Sadie SInk playing mystery character. Not going to say it just yet. Sadie SInk, though, actually, obviously we know her from Stranger Things, but she was also a previous collaborator of Destin Daniel Cretton. She appeared in The Glass Castle. Did you ever see that?
No.
It's a Brie Larson movie from 2017. Woody Harrelson.
Oh.
And Sadie SInk plays a younger version of Sarah Snook in that movie. Another redhead.
Oh. Yeah, can see it.
We'll talk more about Sadie SInk's character later and why it makes sense to cast her. But I'm sure her having already worked with this director helped her case. In fact, she didn't even have to audition. They just offered her the role.
Oh.
So I don't have any other like, oh, Tim, like what other young redheads were in the running to play her character? I don't have any. So Jacob Batalon coming back to play Ned Leeds, John Bernthal as Frank Castle the Punisher, who he shot this back to back with his one shot, as they call it, the Marvel Disney Plus special One Last Kill. Did you watch that?
No.
Oh, okay. It came out like 2 or 3 months ago. It's pretty good. It doesn't really progress like the story so much of Punisher. Like it's not like essential viewing, but it was entertaining and very violent.
Oh.
No! No!
Next on this list, we have, I can't say because they were not announced prior to this movie coming out. Although I will say, Tanner, if you know what I mean, I would love to have a spa day with this character.
Ugh, me too.
Yeah, that's all I'll say. And if you know, you know. We got Tremel Tillman he's from Severance, the TV show, as William Bill Metzger. Mark Ruffalo coming back to play the Hulk and Bruce Banner. Michael Mando finally suiting up as Scorpion in this movie after 9 years of waiting.
What was his last appearance?
Homecoming.
Homecoming? I thought so.
Yeah, he's on the ferry doing the ferry deal, and
Yeah.
then he gets captured by Spider-Man, and then he's at the end of the credits with Vulture in prison, and he's like, "We should get Spider-Man. Look at my tattoo. It's a scorpion."
I've got some boys on the outside who would love to meet him. You know, take a picture, slice his throat, put his head in a dryer.
Anyway, I got more to say about him. Liza Colon Zayas as Jean DeWolf, detective. And, so remember how, like, Tony Stark's AI is voiced by Carrie Condon, and then Spider-Man's AI in Homecoming is Jennifer Connelly? And we're like, why are they in it? Like, big names. Do you know who voices his AI in this movie?
No, but I noticed that it wasn't Jennifer Connelly, and so I was like, oh, I got to look this up because I'm sure it's going to be, like, the spouse of somebody.
Oh, so you don't know?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so playing Evie, as she's called in the movie, is this time the Oscar nominee playing the AI suit, voicing the AI suit in this movie, is Naomi Watts.
Oh.
Yeah. King Kong and Mulholland Drive and all that jazz.
You dropped your books, fuck face.
Oh, it's the only good. I won't even say good. It's the only halfway decent segment of movie 43.
That's a horrible movie, but their segment is so funny.
Hello, Jen.
Oh, Mrs. Miller, I'm a pretty girl.
She is.
Yeah, but I guess again another casting from the movie The Glass Castle, because she was also in that. So probably how they got her for this one too.
Oh, look at that.
Cameos. We've got surprise character I can't say. We've got Sabrina Guevara reprising her role as Sheila Rivera for a hot second from Daredevil Born Again. This isn't a spoiler. She's in the trailer of giving the key to the city to Spider-Man. Marvin Jones III is playing Tombstone, which was already confirmed. We already knew that. And this is his second time playing the character because he voiced the character in Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh.
Yeah, fun little casting there. We've got Eman Esfandi as MJ's boyfriend. He was did you ever watch Ahsoka?
No.
Oh, okay. I won't say who he plays in that one because that's kind of a surprise too, but he's from that. That's why I know him from. You got Keith David confirmed in this movie. His role was not confirmed, though, prior to announce the movie coming out. Okay, moving on to filming. So principal photography, this runs from August of 2025 to December of that year. The working title was Blue Oasis, which I don't know what that means.
It doesn't draw any obvious clues to me. Not like Summer or George.
No. And I have no idea.
Serenity now! Serenity now!
The movie was shot mostly in the UK, surprisingly, despite taking place entirely in New York City. It was filmed in Glasgow, Scotland, Buckinghamshire, England at Pinewood Studios.
Ooh.
And Dorchester, England. Or is it Dorchester? Dorchester.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I would like to sound smart enough and say that I do, but I don't.
Oh, well, you were helping me a lot on the Star Wars ones.
It's not like Hertfordshire.
Right. Anyway, that's what they filmed the prison sequence. All right, let's move to post-production. So things they cut. So the assembly cut of this movie was reportedly somewhere between 170 to 180 minutes, so almost 3 hours. And now it's 144, so 2 hours and 20. The one thing I did think this movie was a little bit long, but I loved everything about it, so.
Yeah, there wasn't a point where I was like, oh, God, this thing's just like dragging. So the length didn't bother me.
No, it was just at a certain point, I wasn't sure when it was going to end.
Yeah.
But they didn't remove any scenes, supposedly. They just trimmed them all down. So we're not missing. Except there is someone who claims that they were in the movie, that they filmed a scene for it that was cut. And that would be Rosario Dawson, who plays Claire Temple in the Netflix shows.
Oh.
Yeah,
apparently
she was in there. I do too. She should be everything. Speaking of Ahsoka. And the last thing for post-production I have is Michael Giacchino coming back to score the movie. He is a legend. Although I wasn't honestly, I often forget to notice the score in movies, and I didn't, when I was watching this in theaters, I did not notice it. So I have no notes.
Me either. It wasn't anything there wasn't anything stand out about it for me.
No, but also that could just be the fact that the rest of the movie was so good that I wasn't even paying attention.
Uh-huh.
So that's not necessarily a bad thing. But let's get into the review section. Spoiler free, Tanner. Let's get into your thoughts.
Tim, it was most good.
Most good indeed.
But I feel like spoiler free, that's all I can say. It was great. I loved it. It superseded my expectations. And I was very, very, very pleased.
Care to elaborate in terms of what was good about it?
I mean, I think that the resolution of previous conflicts was good. I think the action was good. I think the pacing was good. I liked that they brought in other Marvel characters that we're familiar with. I think that the dynamic between all those characters worked really well, and sometimes it doesn't because it just feels like forced cameos, especially the Punisher scenes I really liked in this one. Yeah, I was a big fan.
Yeah, me too. I also was a really big fan. I wasn't sure how Punisher was going to fit into the movie, especially as a very R-rated character.
Yes, me too.
And obviously in the trailer, they show the part where he almost drops the F-bomb and then Spider-Man webs his mouth.
Go home.
which also like disgusting. Like I don't think I would
Which
want
also
that.
they could have said, right? Because PG-13, aren't you allowed one fuck?
Yes, but Marvel's a little bit more stringent with the fact that they're, kids in the audience, and
True.
they did do one in Guardians 3, but that was it as far as PG-13.
There's a button under the handle. Press that in.
Okay. Now what?
Open the fucking door.
Obviously, Deadpool and Wolverine had a bunch, but that was our rated R.
That guy knows what I'm talking about. His clothes say middle management, but his eyes say
But no, I mean, I thought Punisher was actually a pretty good fit. I mean, I'm not super familiar with Punisher and Spider-Man's relationship in the comics. Obviously, they operate around the same area, so they run into each other a lot, and they're kind of trying to do the same thing, but they have way different methods of doing it. So that's often been their conflicts. But I actually really liked him in this movie. I really liked his addition. I thought he was like a very good foil to Peter. I also really love the action in this movie. I thought it was great.
Yes. It's crazy to me because every Spider-Man movie, there's only so many ways that Spider-Man can fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate that almost every single one of them, I feel like all of the action sequences feel like fresh and cool and innovative. And this one is the same. I wasn't bored with any of the fights.
No, me neither. And I felt like they all had really good stakes in the fight sequences. Like I was invested in every single one. And they're all kind of a little bit different too. None of them are the same dynamics in terms of like who he's fighting and how he's fighting. And to segue off of that, I thought the story of this movie was incredible.
Yes, agreed.
The character development was amazing. Like I think probably better than any Spider-Man. This movie is actually really mature. Not that I expect Spider-Man to be immature, but just compared to the last three, even the last one, even No Way Home, which got really dark, this movie is actually really serious for a lot of it.
Well, yeah, and they do a good job at showing that these characters who we met as high schoolers, and now years have passed since high school, they feel like they've grown up and they feel like adults and they feel like they're, so I appreciate that too, that it's not silly kids. I mean, you still have fun with them, but they feel like adults and they have adult problems. And I like that.
Yeah, me too. And I was wondering how are they going to resolve the cliffhanger ending sort of No Way Home where no one knows Peter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of worried they would cop out with it. I won't say exactly how they handle it, but I thought they handled it in a really grounded way, a really emotional way. And when the movie wanted me to feel that hard about it, I did. That was the biggest thing for me about this movie is that I thought that the character arcs and the story itself was really powerful. And to say really quickly about Sadie SInk without giving away her character, I thought her in particular was a really good presence in the movie once she came in for entirely. And
agreed. Yeah.
I thought she was kind of the crux of the story eventually. Okay. What else can we talk about before spoilers? Do you have anything else?
No, because everything that I want to elaborate on, I can't.
Okay, so we'll just end this non-spoiler talk by just saying we really, really like this movie a lot, and you should go see it as soon as you can before it gets spoiled for you. Go see it.
If you guys are listening to this, stop now. If you don't want it spoiled, and go out and watch it because it was my favorite of the Hollands. I think it's great. Great.
Okay, so let's move into spoilers now. Spoiler alert, you have 5 seconds before Tanner says who Sadie SInk is playing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You guys, it's Jean Grey.
She's playing Jean Grey.
Although I got a lot to say about this.
Okay, go ahead.
Mainly, I don't know how this is going to work.
Okay.
I like it. I like the introduction. I was a little surprised that they were going to use Spider-Man as the medium to introduce the X-Men into the MCU, but I'm here for it. I'm interested to see how it lines up with the Doomsday story, considering that, they're bringing back quite a few of the original Fox X-Men actors. And, the rumors flying around that, Famke Janssen's not reprising Jean Grey in Doomsday. However, it could very much be an Andrew Garfield, oh, everyone else is coming back. Are you coming back? I think you're coming back. And she's like, no, I wasn't asked back. Sorry, I'm not in it. So I don't know. I don't know if that Doomsday thing is going to reset this and then they're going to bring in the younger X-Men. I'm kind of thinking that's where they're going to go with it. But either way, I don't need to overthink it. I'm just happy that it's happening. I think that Sadie SInk killed it in this.
The pessimistic part of me doesn't even think Marvel knows what it's doing with the X-Men.
Yeah.
I do hope they do go younger because I think that especially in this universe, the most interesting part of it is like the school for youngsters, for gifted youngsters, you know?
Yes.
That's not really been something that's been explored in the MCU yet. I don't know how they're going to introduce mutants, but I would love for Sadie SInk to be a part of that. And I hope they do emphasize the young aspect of the characters. But yeah, I thought that her introduction to this movie was great. I mean, obviously they never say the word mutant.
No, but they do talk about suppressing mutations in genes quite heavily.
Did they ever say mutation though?
Yes, the whole time when he goes to talk to Dr. Banner at the college and they're standing outside, he says mutation like 47 times.
Okay.
Because once the mind hopping started, I was like, okay, this is definitely going to be like a Jean Grey thing because it's a telepath thing. And then once he was talking about trying to suppress mutated genes, and he was like, can you do that with any kind of mutation? I'm like, okay, here we go. Here it's like the mutant introduction. And then the guy at the damage control, what's his face?
Metzger.
Yes, that was the only part where like right away I was like, this guy's a secret bad guy because he's trying to like harness mutants and like experiment on them or suppress their mutant abilities. And lo and behold.
Yeah. As soon as he walked into the movie in the office where Spider-Man meets him, I was like, oh, there's the villain.
Yep, I was like, oh, this is going to be a bad guy.
Dominic, bad guy?
It's pronounced bad G. It's French. It means good man.
And that being said, that was the only part that I was kind of proud of myself because I was like, oh, guessed that. But it also was not like that hard to guess. So, but it didn't feel predictable either.
No, they didn't really like, what do you call it? Like ham it up or like play into it, lean into it that much, or telegraph it is the word I'm looking for.
Also, can I talk about something that's really funny?
Yeah.
So I went and saw this with my friend Jeremy last night. And, VMAX gets brought up like a few times. And he literally leans over and because once it showed her, I was like, she's playing Jean Grey. And he's like, you think so? And I was like, yeah, a young redhead who's a telepath. Like, who the fuck else is it going to be? And so then he's like, oh, VMAX, that's X-Men backwards. And we were like, yeah. And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, it's not. Like, so I leaned over and I was like, oh, you're right. Yeah. And then as I sat there, I'm like, no, it isn't. Like, there's nothing.
You'd have to change the A to an E and the V to an N.
None of it makes sense. I'm like, maybe Max could be like X-Man, but there's no...
I'm looking for the N-mix program.
So he's like, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be X-Men. And I was like, uh-huh. And then I'm like, no. When you actually find out what like VMAX is, I was like, oh my God.
It's an air conditioner.
They're like, oh, it's just the air vent.
Wrong. It's Goblin spelled backwards.
Oh.
I bet you're not the only one, but
no, we were just riding that high. We were so pumped up. I was like, oh yeah, here we go.
I kind of like that it was honestly like intentionally like mundane. Like it wasn't even like a code name for anything. It was literally just the last word she saw.
Which which was kind of sad. Like once you get it,
very
you're like,
sad.
Oh, that's sad. She just like died here.
Yeah, that part of the story too, I thought was like once Jean Grey was taken into custody, and you get that whole finale with her unlocking her full powers or whatever. Like that was such a good third act climax. It kind of reminded me of Thunderbolts at the end, where you have this like basically like the third act finale, just like a therapy sequence.
Yeah. Also, I do want to ask you, so do you think that this movie, probably not because I think we both really, really, really enjoyed it, but do you think that this movie suffered at all from not having a traditional Spider-Man villain and using quite a bit of it, especially like the third act as like a Jean Grey platform?
No, not at all.
Or do you think that that's like unfair to like Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
I don't know if it's unfair to his Spider-Man, but I don't think it hurt the movie at all to not have like a, say, Green Goblin or a Doc Ock or whatever. We did have Scorpion as like your kind of obligatory recognizable villain in his one or two battle scenes, but I didn't miss it. It's not like we kind of talked about how at the end of Far From Home, I asked you like, does it hurt this movie's finale for not having like a full blown like villain in costume with Mysterio not being, it's just like Spider-Man versus drones? And you were like, yeah, kinda. I don't have that problem with this at all though, in terms of like missing Spider-Man iconography.
I don't either.
That is an interesting question that you bring up though. I wonder if anybody will, but I don't. I think Jean is compelling enough as a character once we actually get to know her that I don't care. I mean, at that point, we're not watching a Spider-Man movie. We're watching Marvel.
Yeah, and I mean, and I ask it because literally the person behind me in the theater at the end goes, "Oh, they kind of spend a lot of time on Jean Grey though. Like, I just don't really care that much." I wanted to be like, were we watching the same movie?
Well, they don't even say your name for like an hour or so into it.
No. But then, I mean, she is very heavily focused on in the third act. So I just didn't know if you thought it was like a little too much.
No, not at all. I mean, especially with how well they executed it. I actually think it was bold of them to go with she's not the quote unquote villain of the movie, but as the like main force of antagonism throughout most of it, to have her be that role, I think is really bold for a Spider-Man movie, to not go the traditional route by bringing in, say, Venom or Kraven or whatever, to bring in another another Marvel character that is honestly is more often than not the villain in her media. I think it's really interesting storytelling.
Me too. And I think it works well if as like an introduction to the X-Men, because my big picture thought is, well, here's a kid who's a new mutant and is lost and confused and thinks she's alone in the world. What does she need? A school of peers that can guide her and help her grow. And I'm like, yes, here we go. So I think it's a good way to make her kind of the introductory point to like the X-Men. And I hope that Marvel doesn't like fuck it up because they've set themselves up pretty well.
No, and I think that's the one thing people are, I mean, maybe now too with Ghost Rider being Ryan Gosling, but like that's like the one thing people are excited for MCU future is like, what is the X-Men going to look like? And they're really banking on like Feige said, like X-Men is the future pretty much. I mean, obviously, and Spider-Man, but I wanted to go on the socials to see, because I saw a quick headline of Marvel cast's first actor for X-Men movie. And I was like, oh, is it I bet it's Jean Grey. I bet it's Sadie SInk. And I'm looking at now, and it's Emma Frost. Have you seen this?
Oh, who'd they pick?
Samara Weaving.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, we love her.
We do love her.
Although that makes me nervous because she feels older.
Yeah, true. But I don't think Emma
doesn't
Frost
feel old, but she's too old to be like a student.
Yes. Emma Frost, though, she's not really usually a student, is she?
No, and Emma Frost has always kind of been just she's always like a sub-villain.
Yeah, kind of.
I think she's used poorly as like January Jones's version of her, but that's always kind of her. She's like the henchman villain.
Yeah, well, she's got to be better than January Jones at this point.
You can stop trying to read my mind, sugar. You're never going to get anything from me while I'm like this.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to see what they do with X-Men. I think everyone else is too. Anyway, go back to this movie, though. This was also kind of, I feel like, the perfection of the Marvel MCU formula, where you take so-and-so characters from the universe and put them in a different solo movie. So, like, in this case, they brought in Punisher, they brought in Hulk. And this is what I feel like the Marvel movies are missing for a lot of them, is that I feel like they're not really taking good advantage of the universe very well, because they have a lot of toys to play with, And I think they either pick the wrong ones or they pick boring ones. Or they don't do anything interesting with them. So, but for this one, I felt like man, if every movie was like this, I would be excited for every MCU movie.
Me too. And I thought about that the whole time I was watching it, that I was just like, God, I am just like pumped watching this. And it feels like a good movie. And it feels like they actually have like a story that everybody who was involved in this movie agreed on making. Because I feel like a lot of the other Marvel movies post Endgame, like it's almost like the people making them can't even agree with what they're doing. So they just feel sloppy and like they're trying to go in different directions. And it felt cohesive. It felt flushed out. It felt like everybody cared about it. It was well acted. They brought in cameos and extra characters that I think fit. Like it wasn't just like a dumb cameo, which I would like to segue into that, Tim. Ms. Florence Pugh, Yelena, love that they brought her in. Was it like totally necessary? No.
No, it didn't have to be her at all.
No, but I also like that it was her, because I miss kind of like fun Yelena. And that's always kind of her two mediums, is that whatever role she's in, she's either like fun comic relief Yelena or she's sad. In Black Widow, she's a little bit of both, but she's ultimately kind of sad, like the loss of her family or the idea that her family was fake. And then in Hawkeye, the show, she was like comic relief Yelena, loved. And then Thunderbolts, she's phenomenal in it, but she's very sad again.
Well, I guess it just depends if she's like a main character or if she's a supporting player.
But I just feel like I like to see her as a supporting because she's usually funnier. Not that I don't mind sad Yelena, because I think Florence Pugh's a great actress. But yeah, so it was nice to see her come back and we're like, oh, good, we get some like funny Yelena. I'm just always a fan of her on my screen. So
and like they're pairing two of like the most charismatic characters in the MCU with her and Spider-Man. How could that not be a win?
Yeah. Plus, this movie, what a win for the girlies and the gays, because Tom Holland is in his underwear quite a bit.
Yeah, he is. There's a lot of him in his underwear. That's true. Whereas, I mean, Florence Pugh, she's definitely in the spa the whole time, but she's not like objectified at all.
Well, no, you just see her shoulders, but yeah.
Yeah, she was a great presence. And while we're speaking of hidden cameos that were not announced, fucking Marissa Tomei being just the MVP in everything she does.
Dude, and you get like the flashback and it showed her back and I was like, oh, okay, don't worry. It's just stock footage. I'm not going to get emotional. And then when Jean Grey re-enters Peter's brain and we actually get that scene, I'm like, oh, and I'm crying. Because it's a touching scene with Peter. And then when it's the fully realized scene with her and Jean Grey, I'm like, oh, and I'm sobbing.
Yeah, it just, God damn you, Marvel. Fucking just pulling at our heartstrings, man.
So good, though. So good.
If your intention was to shoot an arrow through my heart, bullseye!
Obviously, they're committing to May being dead, so I hope that they don't. I do hope that this is the last we see of May, just because I don't want them to keep doing this kind of thing.
But it felt fitting. It was a fitting way to have more of her in this.
Yeah, and because she was, especially in the last movie, she was like the heart of the movie. And so to have that character, I mean, like, because who else would it have been in this movie to be like that kind of like, here is the themes, like to the other characters, like, here is how you should feel, and like, don't worry, don't be sad or whatever. Like, because no, like that's not gonna be like, for what, Frank is gonna do that? No.
Yeah. Although I did appreciate the softness of Frank in this.
Yes, me too. Like they really it made him fit in a Spider-Man story I mean, he is kind of nerfed because he's not, murdering anybody and dropping F-bombs. But yeah, he fit really well. And he did show his tender side with Peter. And it was kind of like Doctor Strange too, where they're both like, okay, this kid's kind of annoying, but I like him.
Mm-hmm. It didn't feel like it sacrificed like the Punisher, like they toned him down, but not at the detriment to like who his character is.
No.
So he didn't feel out of place. I was just kind of worried because when they showed Punisher in the trailer, initially I was like, oh, that's cool. However, he is a very rated R character, so it would make more sense to have like Daredevil in here if they're going to try to tie in, like the Born Again shows and stuff. But I liked how this worked.
Yeah, and having Frank make that transition from being like just a grunty brute, no emotions on his sleeve, to showing emotions would be like better. Like it's a more dramatic turn than Matt Murdock doing that, for instance. So it's more effective, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I especially love the grunts he was making at the end when he was in the Spider-Man mask. He's like, I'm Spider-Man. Like he fit also comedically too in this movie.
What else did I love? Oh, okay. So when Peter is sitting and building the Legos with Ned, and it's kind of like rebuilding their friendship. Shout out to all my other nerds. I love that their little bonding scene was dialogue from Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
my favorite.
If you're referring to the incident with the dragon, I was barely involved. All I did was give your uncle a little nudge out of the door.
I figured you would like that.
And it just felt very natural because that's what me and my dipshit nerdy friends sit around and say to each other.
And the Lego thing is a callback to Homecoming.
Yes. Like it was a very nice way to show that like, even though Ned doesn't remember him, like they're inherently just like similar people and best friends.
Yeah. Well, let's talk now about Ned and MJ and how they work in the movie as being like the only real carryovers from the last one besides Peter.
Yeah. I love that they stayed friends all through college. Good for them.
even though they don't remember why they're friends for some reason.
Yeah. I will say Ned's character is weird to me because Ned is probably the nerdiest, dorkiest, goofiest person in the world. And in this one, he's almost like a cool nerd.
Is he?
Like, who's throwing that house party and high-fiving Ned in his leather jacket and 6 sizes too big glasses as he's carrying kegs up the stairs? I'm like, who is this man? But you know what? It works because I like the character. MJ, loved in this movie.
Yes. Oh my God. I mean, I think Ned was a little underserved, and maybe because they just couldn't fit him in. And MJ's more important anyway in this regard because, romantically.
Yeah.
But yeah, MJ was great. I mean, she wasn't definitely in it for some of it, but the parts that she was in it, especially when she goes to Frank's hideout and you get that scene between her and Peter is so good. And the moment when she kisses him, and then it's Jean, was devastating to me. I was like, no.
I know. I literally was like a...
Don't you play with Peter's heart.
Don't play with my heart.
I mean, when she jumped off the building, I never expected her to die or anything like that. But like,
no, but yeah, it was. I was like, oh my God.
I mean, part of me was like, I was like, okay, yeah, it would be dumb if it was like, oh, true love's kiss brings back memories. That would be stupid. But at the same time, I love them so much that part of me just wanted them to be happy, even if that meant right now she remembers for no reason. That when that turn did happen, I was like, oh, it gave me the chills. It was creepy. But yeah, and I really loved how they handled MJ finding out about the letter and stuff, and how she's like, she believes him, but she is also like, she can't say she loves him because she doesn't know him,
Yeah. Which it's great because that's the most realistic response to this situation anyway.
Yeah. And I'm really glad they didn't take like an easy way out and that they handled it with such maturity. I mean, as much as I love MJ, like she doesn't have to be endgame necessarily. The fact that they didn't like resolve it so cleanly in this as to bring them back together full time again. Like, I thought that was really powerful in that sequence, to have her say that to Peter, to have him hear that is just like, again, like the movie plays really well with the heartstrings, and it's not cloying, it's not manipulative, it's genuinely affecting.
Yeah.
What else? Scorpion was fun, even though he was just kind of the villain of the week.
Yeah, I don't know that I have like much else for like spoiler included stuff. Tim, I could gush about this movie all day because I really loved it, and I'm gonna go watch it again in a day and a half, and I'm very excited.
Well, let's talk about the Hulk fight.
Yeah. So I will say, I'm okay not seeing the Hulk in Marvel movies anymore.
Overused.
I'm getting Bruce Banner fatigue.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't know why, because I don't think that I like the Hulk. I think that Mark Ruffalo is fine. So it's not that I dislike the character, but I just feel like he's always the side character that we get.
Well, because he can't have his own movie.
Well, I know, but I also don't care about him enough. Like, it's not like there's so many characters that have been underutilized and that we haven't seen enough that I'm fine putting Hulk to the side, because he's been in all the Avengers movies. He was in Ragnarok. Mm-hmm. He was in She-Hulk. He was in, what else was he in? This.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think so.
And he's kind of like the central character in like Endgame.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I wouldn't have minded seeing somebody else, but it also makes sense to have him for the story, because you're really working with like the inhibitor storyline here, and someone else who also has like a mutated gene pool. So it's
a gene pool.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
A Jean Grey pool? Yeah, so like I get why he's here, and I think that the fight was cool, actually.
Yeah,
the fight
was cool.
With him in the building and Frank. I liked when Frank got possessed for 0.5 seconds and was sassy.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that, Peter. Struts away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good.
I think you're onto something with the Hulk, because I think as good as the fight was, and the fight was great, I thought that was a great dynamic. And to have Peter fight such a big enemy, I think is great. But like, I think you're right in that the one thing for me is I feel like Bruce as a character, the character that we know and love, felt like he was a little bit like in and out of this movie. Like he was like almost a non-committal character. Like Peter goes to him for help or for, advice scientifically. And then later on, Hulk shows up as a Hulk. And then Bruce gets like carted away, and there's like news cameras. Like the news is like, "Oh, Hulk is bad again," and then we get no resolution on that at all.
Yeah, and I'm kind of confused as to why the city is just like, "Oh no, Hulk hulked out, and now he's bad." And I'm like, "But you already like, yes, it's bad when he hulks out because he's uncontrollable, but everybody knows that Dr. Banner's not like a villain, and he doesn't do it on purpose. So I don't know why the nation is now like, oh no, Hulk's on the loose, because it's like that's not really the point."
Yeah, I could have used one more scene with Peter and Bruce at the end where Peter's just like, "Hey, sorry, I kind of dragged you in my shit, and you got fucked over because of it."
Yeah,
but we'll see where that goes from. I don't know if Doomsday is gonna address that he's a pariah again, but whatever.
Can I talk about one more spoiler thing before we move on?
Yeah.
So the end credit scene with Peter in space or Spider-Man in space, I'm like, what's happening with this? Because Spider-Man's also not in any of the Doomsday trailers.
No.
Unless they're keeping him hidden, I don't believe he's in it.
Let me see. He is confirmed to appear. Oh, sorry, no. Never mind. Expected to return. So no, it's not confirmed.
Yeah, so like I don't know that he'll be in it. I don't know if pieces of Doomsday take place in, space and that's what they're alluding to, or if it's like the next Spider-Man movie. I don't know, but did that pique your interest at all? Do you have any theories?
I'll give you one theory, and that's that this is not a Doomsday tease. I'll give you the theory that this is a Secret Wars tease. Because Secret Wars takes place on, if I'm not mistaken, Battle World, which is obviously not on Earth. So I'm wondering if that is Peter are going to show up there off-world next.
Okay.
If that's where they're going with it, that is.
And do you believe that, okay, so spoilers for Secret Invasion, since we've already talked about that show. Do you think that show will tie into Secret Wars, or do you think they've abandoned that plot?
No. They share the word secret, but they're not connected in the comics.
Okay. So we don't think there's
anyway.
Going to be a return of Emilia Clarke?
I doubt it, honestly. I hate to, because I'm of the opinion like, hey, if you make a shitty thing, just, and you have the liberty to keep going with your universe or whatever, turn that shitty thing into a good thing. Like own the fact that it's shitty and then take it and make it better. Because like, I feel like you could make a better version of her. I mean, and she would be a major player if she's really out there.
Oh, for sure.
So to say that like, oh, she doesn't forget about her, she doesn't exist anymore, is to be like, well, now you're breaking your own kind of canon. Like, I just like, I don't know. So I hope they figure it out with her, but, and with Skrulls in general, but no, I don't think it's going to tie into Secret Wars.
Okay.
And yeah, I just did a quick search, and Skrulls are not prevalent in Secret Wars, the comic. We lost Tanner for a little bit, so we're going to wait. Welcome back.
My internet's on the fritz.
That one wasn't as long. That was only like less than a minute.
No, but once it like blips, because it'll tell me, it's like trying to reconnect, and I can still like see you and hear you. And then I'm like, oh, I got about a minute and a half before it's like crashes.
Oh no, you blipped. It's Thanos. Oh no.
It's been 5 years. You're so rich from the podcast, and you have a new co-host. I've been replaced.
He blipped, so technically he's 16, not 21. I'll take that.
She's lying. I don't even know this girl.
Okay, Tanner, is there anything else spoiler-wise or otherwise for review section you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
All right, well, let's move on from the review. Obviously, no, this is normally we do box office stuff, but we don't have any yet. Although it is been prognosticated this could reach No Way Home's opening of $260 million this weekend. So that would be amazing if it did. It'd definitely be the biggest of the year.
I hope it does, because then it shows that like movies with good, interesting storylines can get as high as like the fan service movies.
Yeah. But Tanner, even though I don't have box office numbers to report, so we won't be doing our game this weekend, I do have the Barbenheimer game for what's been released against.
Okay.
It's been released against, and this is a movie that I have no idea what it's about. It's got some prominent people in it, and it's got a very provocative title. It's called I Want Your Sex. Starring
with little Philip Seymour.
Yes, little Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yes. So here's your Barbenheimer title. Don't worry, it's not spider sex. But it is Sex Brand.
Sex Brand.
Yeah.
We are Sex Bomb.
We are Sex Bob, and we're here to make you think about death and get sad and stuff.
Sex brand. Okay, it's a duo of friends who are trying to get they're just making like a get rich quick scheme. So they're trying to come up with like a new sex toy.
Oh,
it's very in the vein of like a early 2000s like raunch comedy.
Oh,
it's very like Zack and Miri make a porno.
Okay, I was like, oh, don't say sorority boys.
Oh no. Sex brand. Or like one of them, somebody like accidentally goes viral for something that they did. They like sent a dirty iMessage accidentally, like publicly, instead of to their like girlfriend, and so then everybody saw it, and now he's viral for it. Oh my God, granny panties. And
Excuse me?
How can you tell?
And they try to like turn it into a positive and make a profit out of it.
Okay.
I don't really know what the sex brand or the sex toy would be, but
it's gotta be weird. That's all it requires.
Yeah, I'm leaning into that vein.
Okay, so who are the main characters? Who are the two duo?
Well, since I used Justin Long's Granny Panties line, I'm going to give it to Justin Long.
Okay.
And I'll even give it to current day Justin Long, not like 2005 Justin Long.
Yeah, give it to Justin Long.
Love Justin Long. Let's see. Is it a guy friend group or a guy girl? And then there's eventually a romantic subplot that unveils due to testing of sex toys. We're gonna go guy girl.
Okay.
Who's the female lead? Do you think that Justin and Samara would be a bad pairing?
No, I think that's a good. She's very funny.
Yes. Okay, great. Then we're gonna do that. We're gonna do Samara Weaving since we already talked about her today.
All right, great. Sex Brand starring Justin Long and Samara Weaving, coming to you never.
You know what? I would watch it.
I'd watch it too, honestly.
Don't watch it with your parents.
Don't watch it with your parents. Okay, so yeah, no box office stuff on this one, but this one has a budget of $200 million. Spider-Man, actually 225 now that it's been reported, so pretty high. Although it's gonna make money. It's gonna make so much money. Scores for this online, and these are all pretty subject to change, especially because this is just as of today. So I'm sure a lot of these are gonna change pretty soon. But right now, it's got a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is the lowest of the Hollands, interestingly.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, me too. It's a 98% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a franchise high for any live action or otherwise. Although I'm sure that'll change too. That's just probably just a recency thing. A 66 on Metacritic out of 100, which is also kind of low. I know, right? This is weird. This is all over the place. No Metacritic user data yet. 8.2 on IMDb out of 10. So that's very
good.
That's actually the highest of any live action movie. Also highest of any live action is a 4.2 out of 5 on Letterboxd. So it's got really weird scores from critics and audiences, but we'll see if that balances out somewhere.
Well, Tim, I was waiting for a cinema score census taker to be standing outside my auditorium because I was going to be like, A plus, what's higher than an A+? Double A's, give him to him.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have no cinema score yet as of this recording, so we don't know.
Because I walked out of that theater pumped.
I'm sure it'll be an A at least. I mean, No Way Home got an A+, so I can't imagine it'd be less than an A. Okay, let's talk about really quick the legacy portion, and let's talk about the careers of these, because we've been holding off on doing the main three, Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Jacob Batalon, and how this has affected their careers. I mean, obviously it's skyrocketed two of them. And I feel like Jacob Batalon's kind of like a Ron Weasley type. But like, I do kind of worry that Tom Holland is going to be like one of those like where you're only known for Spider-Man and then everything else kind of falls by the wayside.
I don't know, Tim. I'll always remember him for Chaos Walking.
Oh God. Terrible movie. But even like Uncharted was kind of like a dud too.
Yeah.
So like he doesn't really have anything. I mean, fine. Like I'll play Spider-Man for 21 years. I don't care. I don't know. I just worry for his career that he's going to be like only at this. I mean, obviously he was at the Odyssey this last week or so, but like.
Well, and I would hate to see him get pigeonholed because I think he is good enough to do other stuff. I mean, by far. I think he's great.
Yeah. Zendaya, on the other hand, I mean, she's too big to fail. Like she can do anything at this point.
She's got 9 other movies this year, so she ain't got no problems.
Yeah. I don't worry about her being defined by or typecasted as MJ types ever. Although I feel like Jacob Batalon's got one speed as Ned. He'll probably be playing that character in every movie he does forever.
Yeah.
Just under different names. Anyway, yeah, they're the only returning cast members from the last few movies, so they're the only ones we have to talk about in that regard. Predictions wise, what do you think how this movie will do in the future in terms of like legacy and whatnot?
Oh, I think it'll do great.
Yeah.
I think its box office run is going to be great. I think that it's already, you and the person I watch this with are the only 2 people that I've seen that I know that have seen it. But positive reviews from both of you, positive reviews online. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a good movie. Legacy wise or prediction wise, I don't know. I will say it's hard to predict like where the story will go from here. I'm excited to see. Hopefully I like it.
Yeah. And I hope too. I think this one will be, I mean, it's not going to eclipse No Way Home, I don't feel like, in terms of like iconography or iconicism.
Sure.
But it's going to be like 1A, 1B, at least for until we get out of the Spider-Man movie. Like people are going to remember these 2 and then be like, oh yeah, then there was Homecoming and Far From Home. Like, and the fact that those movies are so great and they're almost going to be on the back burner with Holland Spider-Man. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Like,
yeah,
we're living in a good time for Spider-Man right now. Yeah. I hope Spider-Man 5, when it happens, they take as good care of it as they did with this one. I have heard rumblings that they'll eventually do Miles Morales, I'm sure, in live action, and then they'll retire Peter Parker.
Yeah.
It's just the way of things. Okay, so now let's do our rankings. Now that we're done with the franchise.
Ooh.
We finished. I mean, we didn't do the animated movies. We didn't do the Spider-Verse, but we did all of Spider-Man live action. So let's rank them.
Okay.
And I already got our ranking, and I've already averaged all of them out. We also got, since Andrew was a contributor on the Amazing Spider-Man episode, I asked him to give a ranking as well. He has not seen Brand New Day yet, so that is the only thing that is not consistent on this list. However, we do have the 9 ranked according to our averages. So we will go in ascending order from worst to best. So number 9, we have in very last place Spider-Man 3 from 2007, starring Tobey Maguire. Andrew had this 8, well, probably 9 after he sees this movie. You had this 7. I had this 9, actually, at last. So Tanner, you had this the highest. You can speak on it really quickly?
Well, I think that even the worst of the Maguire Spider-Mans is better than the Garfields. So
yeah, okay, fair enough.
That's why. And you know what, Spider-Man 3, yeah, not a great movie, but it wins that place purely off of nostalgia and those characters for me.
Sure. For me, it was just a little bit too messy on this rewatch, so I had to put it at the bottom.
I like being bad. It makes me happy.
Next, in 8th place, we have The Amazing Spider-Man from 2012. Andrew had this the highest at 6, pending the new movie, of course. I had this at 8, and you had the lowest at 9. Why?
Unless someone says, hey, can we watch this movie? I never want to watch it.
It is the most boring Spider-Man movie.
I never pick it up off of my own accord.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's kind of bland. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly think it's a boring movie.
Yeah.
Poor Peter Parker.
Next, in 7th place, we have The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the sequel. Andrew and I had this at 7. You had this at 8. So when I was ranking these personally, and this is different from my Letterboxd rankings, because on a Letterboxd, I just do quality. I just do like what I think is objectively the best. With this, I kind of wanted to put in more like favoritism. Like I wanted to mix quality over like how much I enjoy it, like likability. And even though this movie is messy as fuck, it's still enjoyable to me to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I ranked it higher than its predecessor because I think it's more fun.
Yeah, it's goofy, and I'm here for it in a in a kind of like a perverse way.
Now it's time for me to light my candle.
Number 6, we have Spider-Man Far From Home, the second of the Tom Holland movies. Me and Andrew had this at 5. You had it at 6. Anything? What do you like to say about this one?
It's just my least favorite of the Hollands.
Sure.
Yeah.
It would be for me if Mysterio wasn't so freaking good in it. That's the one thing for me that keeps it a little bit higher.
Well, you're more forgiving of Snake Gyllenhaal than I am.
Well, I'm not a Swiftie.
I control the truth. Mysterio is the truth.
Next at number 5, we have Spider-Man No Way Home. Andrew had this highest at 3. You had it at 5. I had it at 6. I had the lowest.
Ooh.
I know, and I feel like people are going to come for me for that one, but like, I feel like the story is just a little bit messy on this one.
Sure, I can see that. I mean, without the fan service, I think it does have a pretty weak storyline.
But the fan service is so fucking good.
Yeah.
So it's also a really great ride.
Wait. I love you guys. Thank you.
Number 4, we have Spider-Man Homecoming. We all agree on this one. We all gave it a 4. Pending, of course, Andrew seeing the new movie. But like, yeah, this was a great launch to Holland and his adventures. It's just a really fun, hilarious movie.
Yeah, I just think it's a good feel good movie.
Yeah, easily the funniest movie of any of these movies.
Yes.
Hey, that's gonna dissolve in 2 hours.
No. Come fix this.
2 hours. You deserve that.
I got ice cream in
You
here,
deserve
man.
that. You're a criminal. Bye, Mr. Criminal.
Number 3, we have this movie, Brand New Day. Tanner and I both have it at 3. Andrew, of course, has not yet seen it, but Tanner, really quick, any thoughts of why you put this highest of anything below it?
Well, I think it's my favorite of the Hollands so far. I think that it's, like you said, tonally, it's quite a bit different, I think, than the previous Holland ones. It's a lot, not really, I mean, I guess darker. It's a lot more somber feeling, but I just loved it. It was everything I wanted in like a movie experience. And it has to be third place just for the fact of my millennial bond with Tobey Maguire. But I think it very deservingly gets number 3.
Brand New Day. Yeah. I couldn't put it any higher than 3 for now. I mean, I loved it, but I'm a little worried of recency bias. So I have to think about it some more, and I'm it's something to change. But for now, I do have it highest of Holland's too, especially after the rewatch. I might have said if I hadn't rewatched it, Homecoming was better. But for right now, as I'm living in it, Brand New Day for me is the best.
MJ, come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
Number 2. We go back to the original Spider-Man from 2002, Tobey Maguire. We all had this at 2 on our individual rankings.
Ooh, Tim, I almost put it at 1.
Really? Why?
Just purely off of nostalgia. Like, I think that Spider-Man 2 is objectively like a better movie, and it's a more like ambitious movie. But the original 02 Spider-Man is just, it's just like a part of me, you know?
Yeah, me too. I mean, it kind of set the standard for superhero formula. And
Yes.
I just, on this rewatch, the ending of this movie just fucking gets me every time. It's so good. I think if I were to do an objective list, I would bump this down a little bit. I would bump it probably below Homecoming and maybe Brand New Day as well. But in terms of like how much I just adore it, I have to have it at 2.
Yes. And I adore it so much for being my first medium into like superheroes and Spider-Man, really, that it was almost my number 1.
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
But it wasn't anybody's because at number 1, we all had Spider-Man 2 from 2004.
I know, and I felt like almost such a sheep with it. Because everybody in the world will tell you that Spider-Man 2 is the best superhero movie ever made.
No, I would say you were a sheep if you put No Way Home number 1.
Well, yeah.
That's the sheep status movie now. But no, I mean, this is the best one. Just pure and simple. It's so tender, this movie. Like, it just touches my heart when I watch it.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good. So congratulations, Spider-Man 2. You are still the best Spider-Man movie. We definitively proven it with numbers.
Yeah, we have stats.
We'll say something.
Thank you, Mary Jane Watson.
Okay, so we're done with Spider-Man now, Tanner. You feel sad yet?
Oh, I am a little bit because you know what? I don't have the fatigue that I had with Star Wars doing these.
No, I could do these again.
Yeah.
In fact, let's do it. No.
You guys, for the next 9 weeks, we'll just be re-recording these episodes.
Aren't they playing a replay? No, they just recorded another one, but different.
No, it's new. So you know what? Find a new podcast to listen to if you don't want to hear that.
No, but like, yeah, I mean, I had a great time running down these Spider-Man movies with you. I am a little sad because the schedule was a little bit sparse for the next few months in terms of like big franchises. We have like little bits and spurts for a while. I mean, everything's according to change, but like we don't have like a big like 5+ movie rundown for a while.
Yeah, but you know what, Tim? Sometimes I really shine with just doublés or threequels.
That's true.
We've got some good ones.
Okay, well, let's get into the last couple sections of the podcast. So this is our question, again, from my friend Rob here in Vancouver. What's one movie everyone should own on physical media instead of just streaming? Is there a Blu-ray or 4K release with special features that's worth buying even if you own the movie digitally? ?
This is kind of a hard question for me because I don't have a specific answer.
Oh.
I'm a huge advocate for physical media. Please, people, please go buy a Blu-ray, a DVD, a 4K, something. Keep that medium alive because you're seeing it now. You're seeing Disney pulling dozens of movies and Sony pulling dozens of games and movies off the libraries that you bought because you're not actually owning anything digitally. You just get to keep it on your system until they decide to pull it. So if you want to throw your money away and pay full price for something that you can't physically hold in your hand, you go ahead. I think it's a ridiculous idea. And I will gladly fill an entire closet in my house full of physical media. That being said, I'll get off that soapbox. I think that anything from the early 2000s really did a phenomenal job at like special features. So like ones that I can think of where you get 2 full discs of special feature, like the first Pirates of the Caribbean had phenomenal special features. And Disney itself used to do a very good job with like loading their DVDs full of like full, hour and a half documentaries and tons of behind the scenes stuff and tons of deleted scenes and storyboard drawings and music videos. And they don't do quite a bit of that anymore. But yeah, I mean, as far as your collection, 4K, go get, everybody should have physical 4K copies of the extended editions of Lord of the Rings.
I'm like, man, Tana's taking a long time to say Lord of the Rings. I know it's coming.
Yeah, but I have my physical copies are old, actually. They're the extended DVD, like leather bound ones that came out, but they have something in them called the appendices, which is like each book has 3 different DVD discs that are just like special features on world building of Middle Earth. And it's incredible. You can watch it. It's like 15 hours of content.
I actually have not watched the special editions ever.
Tim, we're not friends anymore.
I know you like do that like once in a while, or you'll have like 10-hour days or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I can't. It's so much.
You know what? Shout out to Amanda. She'll always sit down and watch 14 hours straight of Lord of the Rings.
No, I'll do it someday with you. It's just once is enough. Probably. We'll see. For me on this one, and again, like you're preaching to the choir in terms of physical. I mean, like I wouldn't have DVDs if it wasn't for you. Like, like you got me into buying DVDs pretty much.
Black Friday.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Now I can't stop. In terms of like what is the one release with special features, I'm honestly not entirely sure, but I'm just gonna go with an oldie for this one. Because it's very way before DVDs, and it's just one that I love to rewatch every once in a while. And I got it recently on DVD from my mom, and I love that I have it now, and that Disney can never take it away from me. But Fantasia from 1940. I think that one's also, it's like an easy watch. Like you can like watch segments at a time. You don't have to watch the whole thing. If you're gonna preserve a movie on physical, and you're going to preserve like history of animation and Disney, like I think that's the one to go with personally.
I only have the VHS of Fantasia.
Oh, well, that's still physical.
But yeah, I mean, but I still watch it.
Yeah. All right, well, let's finish up with pop culture shout outs. Tanner, do you have anything?
Tim, did I already talk about The Long Walk on here?
I don't think so.
That's going to be mine then.
Okay.
I know I'm, again, late to the party. It came out, last fall?
September.
But since we talked about little baby Philip Seymour Hoffman earlier, I loved it. I just watched it recently because they put it on HBO Max. Very, very bleak, depressing movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just was so like enthralled. And funny enough, when it started, because I didn't really know that much about it. I knew that it was like a volunteer to basically walk until you drop movie. But as it started, when they were like, oh, it's, one volunteer from each of the 50 states, I was like, oh my God, this is like adult Hunger Games. Lo and behold, it's directed by the person who directed the Hunger Games.
It's the Hunger Games if we're walking. And somehow it's better. It's better.
So I was like, oh, it really is like Hunger Games. Okay. And that being said, I then went and read the novella because it's not very long. Very different endings.
Yes.
I actually will say that I think I like what they did in the movie better than the book because I don't think that the ending in the book translates to screen very well. But yeah, very bleak, very depressing, but very, very good. And I hate to keep calling him baby Philip Seymour Hoffman. What's his real name? Cooper? Carter?
Cooper
Hoffman. You know what? Up and comer, because I like him a lot.
I also love that movie too. It's one of those movies like, how are you going to film this, The Long Walk?
Yeah.
You know, like, how do you take Stephen King's prose from that movie and turn it into a movie? It's going to be the most boring thing ever.
Yeah.
But holy crap, no, it's not.
Yeah, I thought it was so good.
Riveting. How do you feel about David Johnson from that movie being the new Black Panther?
He's like fairly new on the scene to me, at least. I think the first thing I saw him in was Alien Romulus, which I loved him in that. And I think that everything I've seen of him so far is great. I like him a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I was fine with like Shuri taking over Black Panther. I know that that wasn't like a fan favorite thing. So I feel kind of bad for her because I feel like she's getting like booted because people are like, oh, we don't want a girl Black Panther. But I like him. So hopefully it does well.
Yeah, I think they picked a pretty good choice. If they're going to go that route, I think they picked a pretty good choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my pop culture shout out, I will talk about, I saw the night before Spider-Man, Young Washington, the Angel Studios George Washington prequel movie.
Were you and the one set of grandparents in that theater like glued to the screen?
No, honestly, I think there was like 4 people in there with me, and they were all like my age.
Oh.
So, and I had probably the grandpas have already seen it. Like this movie's been out for like 4 weeks, so it's like I'm kind of late to the party.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like the only thing playing. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go see it. It was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought like, oh my god, here we go. Like they're gonna milk the 250th anniversary of the United States with this movie about George Washington, but he's young and hot, and he's gonna be patriotic and love America.
But he's young and hot, and he doesn't have that full set of wooden teeth yet.
Nope. He's not cutting down cherry trees yet either. Although there is a wood chopping scene, and I was like, is that a cherry tree?
Oh, cherry tree.
Can't fight it. Must chop wood.
But it wasn't that, like, it wasn't like just like empty like jingoism, but it also wasn't like super captivating either. I thought that the battle sequences were actually not very shot very well. And I thought that some of the color grading, especially on the Washington homestead, was pretty gray and flat. I don't know. It felt like Zack Snyder directed those scenes.
Like on like the Mount Vernon stuff?
Yeah. It looked very lifeless.
How was Martha?
Martha's not in it yet.
Oh, I was going to say, who did they pick? Like a busty Martha? Because my God, Martha Washington, no shade to America's first lady. She was a troll of a woman.
Maybe in the sequel, because yeah, this is like a 21-year-old Washington.
All right. I mean, and what kind of baddie are you going to lock down with wooden teeth? But still.
Yeah, right. No, but there is a love interest in the movie. Her name is Sally Fairfax, I think, and it's so unnecessary. It just didn't need any of it. Not that she's bad, but like doesn't help the story at all.
Yeah.
So it was okay. It was better than I thought it would be, but still, I wouldn't like recommend it, except to my uncle. Okay, yeah, but that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for listening. So yeah, we're all done with Spider-Man this week, but we are not done with Avatar, because we're going back to Avatar after The Last Airbender. We are going to the new streaming movie, Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender.
And listeners, please just like hang with us, because it's not a painful return like Last Airbender was.
Oh, no.
Just hear us out.
Yeah, we saved the better one for last. Yeah, we got a little bit of a nice bookend of Spider-Man with Avatar on both sides.
Yes, and to finish that Avatar sandwich, if you guys haven't yet, because this Avatar movie is also fairly new, it just came out July 25th. If you have Paramount Plus, go watch it before you listen to our episode, because it's a very, very well done follow-up to the Avatar: The Last Airbender series.
Yeah, spoiler alert for our episode that we both really liked it. So you definitely should watch it. I mean, we just assume you've been watching everything with us this whole time. Like, you watched 9 Spider-Man movies and 13 Star Wars movies this year so far, right? right?
Yeah, totally. Everybody.
Anyway, yeah. So look forward to that. But thank you guys so much for listening to this episode and our whole Spider-Man rundown. Thank you so much. It's been a great summer. A lot of fun movies to talk about. But yeah, if you want to leave us a question, please do. We have an email address, questions@backtothefranchise.com, and we will answer on the show. Also reach out to us on our socials if you want. We have I have a Letterboxd at TGMacman, TGMACMAN.
You guys, I'm on Instagram, 10will10. I'm also in the process of starting a Letterboxd so I can be a real movie boy.
Yay! Real movie boy!
So I'll let you know when I'm up and running.
Little cinephile Pinocchio right here. And guys, if you can, please rate and review the podcast. It really helps us out. Give us 5 stars because we like it when you do that. And we love you when you do that. We will love you for a long time. Forever. But thank you guys so much for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.